Hi, friends. You'll have to leave it, Vivian. This works great. I know. Woohoo. That works slick. We need one of those. Good morning, friends. Happy August. We have so many things to celebrate this morning. Welcome to Unity of Fort Collins, everybody. I won't get ahead of myself here. Our speaker today is Viviane Ephraimson-Abt, and Vivian and I work together as colleagues and soul-connected folks for 100 years, at least. And Vivian and I were part of a dream to create a chaplain training program that was a team effort between CSU, Columbine Health Systems, and PVH. And it was a dreadful flop. No, she says it wasn't. No, it was an idea whose time had not yet come. There you go. But that sense of working together toward creating a spiritual community is what we share in common. So I'm so grateful to have Vivian here today. You will find her to be a person deep in her peaceful heart. So we're in for a treat. Thank you, Vivian. Do we have anybody who's new here today who would like a welcome packet? If you put your hand up, one will appear for you. Anybody need a packet? No one? Our ushers have them if you're interested. Turn around and look at the art wall. Chris, Con, will you stand? Isn't that awesome? It's just such a cool collection. Chris is going to speak here soon. So he'll talk about the spirituality of art or something like that. So those are apparently for sale if you're interested for $100. No, I think one at a time. If you look outside the window, the labyrinth has been poured. I don't know if you can see it or not. We are 30 days away from having a labyrinth. Isn't that cool? We had 2 big donations, one specifically for the labyrinth, and if you build it, they will come. Okay, come on up, friends.
Good morning. This is your favorite part of service. We have sign-up sheets,
Lots of them.
and we are obeying the rules.
Right. I'm Kamina, this is Barbara, and we are part of the Social Connections team. And our job is to invite you to the August 30th annual picnic. Let's hear woo! Woo!
And we're asking those of you that are willing, we need help with this picnic. We need help, and that's where the sign-up sheets come in for setup and cleanup and serving. Now, I know you're all going to run to look for that.
Yes.
But we really do need your help this year.
And there's also a new sign-up sheet, which I just found out about, that's focused on the kids. So you're going to see 2 on this side with regards to the annual picnic and 2 on this side coming forward. So look at both of them if you would. Sign up, and we really, really need your help. We keep growing. There's more of you, and so we need more of us on the social connections end. Okay? Thanks.
Thank you.
I have to do another one.
Clipboard rules. Back to front, don't cross.
Okay, I'm back again. This is dance party clipboard. That's going to be just one coming down each aisle, each section. And this is next Saturday, August 8th, 5:30 to 8 in the Friendship Room. Come, you do not have to be a dancer. You can sit and tap your foot. That would be great. We just want to come together in friendship with music, and you can bring snacks if you want to. Don't have to, but we hope you'll join us. Thanks.
Good morning, I'm Dawn Clark. How many people here like to sing? How many people are good at singing? Well, we're organizing our communications for the choir, email and text lists, and getting us a little bit more organized. It is an opportunity if you like to sing and you want to come and join us. We have some clipboards. We're going to pass them from the back to the front. And just sign up. And if you're a musician and you think you could enhance our musical group as well, our band, there's a spot for you to sign up here too. So anyway, we do a practice on, usually it's every other Wednesday with John. We probably have more fun than we should be because we do laugh a lot. But, and then Elise is every other week, and her practices kind of vary, but they always have a practice on Sunday morning before the service too. So if you can't make one during the week, you can always come on Sunday. Okay?
You actually don't have to be good at singing. It's you just have to want to participate. No judgment.
That's right. You can just dance around like I do. Don't have to worry about singing. So I'm Peter, and I'm your prayer chaplain today, so please fill out the clipboard and join me in the back. Just joking. Just come on back if you want to say hi. Thank you.
Where will you be? He will be in the Myrtle Room down this hall for the 10 minutes after the service. Hi, everybody. I'm Courtney, one of the co-chairs of the Welcome Team, and I just wanted to let you know that Vivian will be speaking quite a bit on Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings, and so if you feel inspired, which I know you will, there are several of Thich Nhat Hanh's books in the bookstore, so you can come back and check those out. Thanks.
Well, good morning. I'm Jim, and I don't have a clipboard. I want to share something with you that is probably the most important thing that I could have possibly said over the past 5 years. In fact, I put my notes on the screen for you. There they are. I've been asked to tell you about next Saturday. Our dear Nancy Hughes Well, we had a little accident on the zip line this past summer during the summer camp where one of the children fell off the zip line and knocked their head. So next Saturday, the council has approved for that zip line to be layered with a rubber mulch. So when the kids fall off, they'll bounce instead of hitting their heads. But here's where I'm making this announcement for you. We need your help. Next Saturday, 8 o'clock, they're going to be working out there to lay that mulch down. And if you have some time Saturday morning, could you let us know and perhaps help us be an intern to discover how to lay rubber mulch under a zip line? I'm sure you'll find it interesting. Next thing I'm going to mention is about that labyrinth that's just been constructed. It's a 3/4 of a mile to walk from the beginning to the end and back out. And 3/4 of a mile requires over 1,000 feet of 1-inch lines. They're called walls. So if you're good at painting, would love to do it, I'd like to know about it, because in about a month we're going to start laying out that labyrinth and painting the lines so we can all enjoy it as a spiritual experience. And then I'm going to mention another project, pickup sticks. Do you remember that game, pickup sticks? Well, one of the things that labyrinth is going to do, it's going to attract literally dozens of people to our campus here. It's going to be publicized worldwide on the Labyrinth Locator. It's going to be publicized by the city of Fort Collins. It is the only other labyrinth like it in the state of Colorado. There's one in Arizona, there's 2 in New Mexico, there's 1 in San Francisco. But it's a very unique, exact replica of the labyrinth in France. And you're going to be surprised. You'll be able to look out that window and see people walking it most days when they hear about it. So in order to do that, we kind of like the place to look a little better than what it is, because around that labyrinth out there right now, there's a whole bunch of dead plants and trees and branches. So maybe we can have a team that'll do pickup sticks. Pick up all that trash that's around that labyrinth that's existing right now. So that's the third thing. And the fourth thing is our dear old gazebo needs help. When I was walking out there yesterday, I almost fell through the floor. And I don't think that's our design, to have people fall through floors. Okay. So we need those that don't like to paint. We need you to help us remove paint and then apply a new fresh coat and maybe a deck to it out there. And the fifth thing I'll mention is the elephant garden. The elephant garden, those folks, it's wonderful on Tuesdays and Saturday mornings to see 30 or 40 people out here practicing mindfulness and finding out all about the type of gardening that is being developed out there. So you're invited. Just go to our website, go under affiliations, and you'll see Elephant Garden. Click on that, and you'll find many activities the Elephant Garden people are conducting. And they are part of us. We're a joint project with the Elephant Garden and all that's being developed out there. Now, how do you let us know that you're interested in one or more of these things? Well, in your pew, in front of your pew, there's a little card. It says contact card. So if you pick up that card right now and write on it one or more of the projects that you would like to possibly be involved with, we'll contact you, we'll set up small groups, and we'll all go to work in doing all the things that make Unity of Fort Collins a very beautiful and spiritual place. Should I say any more, Ann? I covered it. I'm being asked to leave.
Okay, let's join in our unity blessing together. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
So in preparation for today's reading, as usual, to see what the perfect message would be for the reading, I went to meditation. And in meditation, it kept saying, find a poem about gardening. Now, I have a skeptical part of me, just so you know. And I was like, how's that going to bridge? So I went to my sacred site, Copilot, and it said, both are practices of attention, patience, and letting things unfold without forcing them. So I thought, there's my bridge. So my poem today is from Mary Jane Ryan. As any gardener will tell you, the cycles of nature require patience. You can't just plant a seed, expect it to flower the next day. You can't tug on the leaves or unfurl the bud to hurry the process. Even a fast-growing vegetable like a radish requires time. So do we. When we practice patience, we come more in alignment with the natural rhythms of life. We remember that to everything there is a season, and we stop pushing for life to be any different than it is. Winter takes as long as it takes, but it always ends, and so does summer. That's the law of nature. Thank you.
All right, quiet. Get on up here. Please, of course. All right. I'd love to invite you to sing along with this song. Peter and I made a really cool version of it. It's going to be released October 13th. May I be mighty as an oak tree, rooted deeply into the earth. May I be free as the golden eagle. May I be humble like the bumblebee. Oh, to be grateful, I am thankful. Oh, just to be, oh, to be, oh, to be grateful, I am thankful. Oh, just to be, I be expansive as the ocean, holding space for both peace and storm. And though the waves may topple me over, help me to see I am the sea. Oh, to be grateful, I am thankful. Oh, just to be, oh, to be, oh, to be grateful, I am thankful. Oh, just to be. And when the darkness closes in, lightning crashing, clouds of thunder, may I remember love is an ocean, life is the ocean. Oh, to be grateful. I am thankful. Oh, just to be. Oh, to be grateful. I am thankful. Oh, just to be. Great touch compassion in action, relaxing to harmony. Oh, to sing like the golden eagle, and to be humble like the bumblebee, and to be humble like the bumblebee, and to be humble like the bumblebee. I'm grateful to be here with all of you.
All right, I think I'm on. Is that right? Yes. Yes. I need a time check from Courtney. Okay. 20 minutes? Or okay, great. Ish. I'll try to make it less. So I will start with the sound of the bell, so we can just sort of settle in. After that, just such a joyous start, right? So we can let the joy just settle in as we enjoy the sound of the bell. So thank you so much for being here and for inviting me. I just want to express my gratitude as I start to have the opportunity to be with the Unity community. So today I'm going to share a little bit about the practice of the Plum Village tradition of Thích Nhất Hạnh and what brought me to mindfulness and what I found along the way, and a few practices that I hope might be helpful to you all. So you might try them on for size, and maybe some of them are practices you already do. So it was wonderful to receive an invitation from Courtney many months ago, and as I reflected on what I would offer today, I realized that my first retreat with Thích Nhất Hạnh was in 2002 at what is now the Drala Center. And there was actually many members of the Unity congregation that came to that retreat. And as I reflected on that, I realized that there's there's actually quite an overlap between unity and folks in the Plum Village Sangha who like to practice contemplative practices. So I felt that affinity. And there's many friends here in this congregation today that I know and that I've cared about for many years. Whether it's folks I've worked with at CSU like Anne, or folks that I've intersected with in our beautiful spiritual community in Fort Collins. So I'm going to bring a picture up of Thích Nhất Hạnh, just so for those of you that have never seen him before, this is a picture, it's actually a bit of a photo collage that I made. So Thích Nhất Hạnh was a Vietnamese Zen master. He was a poet and activist, an artist. He was exiled from Vietnam in 1966 for his peace efforts and also for not taking sides. He was very much known to not take sides in the war in Vietnam, and because of that, he was exiled. He established Plum Village in France, and he taught for many years in the United States, including coming to Colorado 7 times. And the first time was in 1987, where he held a retreat for psychotherapists. And Ty very much believed that, when we have certain conditions in our life, we need to sort of practice with them. So he was often known for giving retreats for folks from different groups, like psychotherapists, folks in law enforcement, people in government. He died in 2022, after living with a stroke for 8 years. And his books continue to be published. There's many Dharma talks that are still being transcribed and published. And his Plum Village community is thriving. My husband Paul and I were just at a 60th anniversary of the establishment of Plum Village. And we were there with 965 leaders from over 44 different countries. So the community continues to expand, probably because, folks are suffering. They're trying to figure out, how do we deal with polycrises? How do we transform some of the habits that we have in modern society that lead to some of the suffering that we're experiencing? So one of the things I really appreciate about Thai, or as he is known, Thai or Tay means Vietnamese for teacher, was he wasn't interested in converting people to Buddhism. He was actually very much hoping that by renewing the practices of Buddhism, that folks from a variety of spiritual traditions would be actually able to use that to help reconnect with their spiritual traditions or deepen their spiritual traditions. So the Plum Village community is very much a community of multi-belonging. Certainly some folks are in their heritage Buddhists, but many people hold multiple traditions. So what I'd like to share today is what living mindfully has taught me over the last 30 years of practice. So the way that I found mindfulness is that I myself was raised in a very diverse immigrant and refugee family. My family experienced many difficulties. They also instilled in me both resilience and a responsibility to make a difference in my community. And that brought me actually into doing intercultural and diversity work, which is very beautiful but very difficult work. And I was constantly asking myself the question, how do I help people learn how to get along with each other over these vast differences that we have? And as I explored that question, I came across some research that said mindfulness actually makes a huge difference. If we're able to be mindful, we're actually able to be more interculturally sensitive. So I asked myself, how do I learn to become more mindful? And how do I teach others to do that as well? So eventually in 1998, I found this book by Thích Nhất Hạnh called The Miracle of Mindfulness. And at that point, I was living a pretty fast, multitasking life. I was working at CSU. I had a lot of responsibility. So naturally, I thought, why not listen to this meditation book while I'm rollerblading on the Spring Creek Trail? This is a really good idea, right? That's the way to learn to meditate, you know? Anyway, it's just like, just to give you an idea where I entered. So eventually the monks and nuns on the recording began leading some practices, and I realized maybe I should stop and actually sit down and try one of these. So that simple decision actually changed the direction of my life. I mean, it was actually quite radical. The first practice I tried is something that I'll invite later today. It was a Gata practice, which is a short mindfulness poem that helps us bring ourselves back to the present moment. It's using words to focus our breathing. So for any of you that have a mantra practice, it's very similar to that. And these simple words can become an anchor for our mind. So instead of following every single thought that we have, it gives the language center of our brain something to do. And so that very first Gata I learned invited me to practice with nature. So I love that we had a gardening poem today. And we're talking about picking up sticks. So we're going to get outside. So Ty was a remarkable at inviting us to practice with nature. And he wasn't just using nature as a metaphor. He wanted us to experience that we are not separate from the living world. So for example, every bite of food that we eat supports us, and it contains sunshine and rain and soil and pollinators, countless hands that have touched and made that food possible. And really the wisdom of generations. At some point, our ancestors figured out that this food was nourishing for us, and that plant was not. So our ancestors are in our food. And nothing exists by itself, so even the very simple act of eating can connect us with all life. This understanding is what Ty called interbeing. This idea that we are not a separate self, that within us includes multitudes. We also know that turning toward what nourishes us helps our nervous system settle and supports our well-being. So lately life has felt very heavy for me with facing many polycrises, things in my personal life, and I know that I'm not alone in this. I think many of us share that experience. So during these challenging times, I really continue to return to the practice of orienting towards the natural world. One of my favorite poems by Thich Nhat Hanh lately is called The Good News. And I really love it because I think it expresses beautifully this practice of remembering what is here even in difficult times. So Ty writes, "The good news they do not print. The good news we do print. We have a special edition every moment that we need you to read. The good news is that you are alive. And the linden tree is still here, standing firm in the harsh winter. The dandelion is here by the sidewalk, smiling its wondrous smile, singing the song of eternity. You have ears capable of hearing it. Bow your head in reverence. Listen to her. Leave behind your world of sorrow and preoccupation and get free. The latest good news is you can do it." I love that encouragement. When I first began to practice mindfulness, I thought I was simply learning to pay attention to the present moment with curiosity and kindness. And this is one definition of mindfulness, and I really like it still. But over the years, I realized I was learning something much deeper. Living mindfully began to change how I actually saw the world. So we are hardwired to see what is difficult to survive. It actually helps us actually survive. And I was learning to strengthen my muscle to notice what was also here: beauty, nourishment, connection, and life. I was also learning that I belong to this living earth, to all the conditions that make my life possible. I belong to a much larger web of life than I ever imagined. So, again, this notion of So Thich Nhat Hanh lived through colonization, war, and exile. Again and again, in his poetry and writings, we see him practicing with his suffering and discovering healing through his relationships with the natural world. In Zen Key, he writes, "I have lost my smile, but don't worry, the dandelion has it." Again, the dandelion, right? So I recently learned that dandelions are actually incredible because they're very good for our ecology. They help our earth. So anyway, I just love that he picks the simple dandelion. So he's saying, my smile isn't gone. The dandelion is simply helping me remember where to find it. So again, leaning into nature, that nature is not separate from us. It is a part of us, and we are a part of it. So I love the Colorado poet Rosemary Watoller Tromer. I don't know if any of you are fans of her. She's on the Western Slope. And she has this beautiful poem. "I like my body when I am in the woods, and I forget my body. I forget that arms, that leg, that nose. I forget that waist, that nerve, that skin. And I aspen, I mountain, I river, I stone, I leaf, I path, I flower. I like when I evergreen, current and berry. I like when I mushroom, avalanche, and cliff. And everything is yes then, and everything is new." So maybe some of you have this experience of interbeing as well. Living mindfully teaches us that we don't simply observe nature, we belong to it, and it belongs to us. In the Jewish tradition, there is a beautiful saying, "Every blade of grass has its angel that bends over it and whispers, 'Grow, grow.'" Perhaps the living world is continually whispering encouraging words to us. Perhaps we are those angels for each other. Maybe we can do that practice when we pick up the sticks. What do we want to say to those sticks, and what do those sticks have to say to us? One of the invitations you can take from today is to reflect on an aspect of nature that nourishes you. Perhaps it's something in your everyday, a tree you pass on your walk. You might ask, what does this quality of nature have to offer to me? Maybe it wants to offer you something: stability, freshness, calmness, growth. There are many teachings in the Plum Village tradition that have nourished me over the years, but perhaps one of the most transformative was when Thai would say, the next Buddha, meaning the next person that might help us all wake up, may take the form of a community. The next Buddha may take the form of a community. When I first began practicing, I thought mindfulness was something I did mostly by myself. Shut my eyes, follow my breath. But over time, I discovered that living mindfully isn't simply about meditation practices. It's also about how we live together. Some of my deepest healing has happened because I practice with other people in community, even when it's difficult. Like Anne named one of the things that we endeavored to do together it was difficult, but it was also really beautiful. There was many beautiful fruits. When we take big risks, we never know what's going to happen, right? So when I practice with other people in community, they remind me to come home to myself when I forgot. They reflected gifts I couldn't yet see in myself. They helped me carry sorrow. Together, they helped cultivate joy, healing, justice, and liberation. We can't do that alone. It's not a good idea. And perhaps most importantly, they reminded me that I belong. And this was mutual. We offer this to one another. This is the power of the collective. In Buddhism, we call this Sangha, spiritual community. The Buddha once told his beloved disciple Ananda, spiritual friendship is the whole of spiritual life. The whole of it. It's everything. I understand these words very differently than I once did. Mindfulness helps us come home to ourselves. Interbeing reminds us that we belong to all of life. And community teaches us how to live that belonging together. So for today, my hope is that you continue to notice not only the beauty of the natural world and the qualities that nature offers you, but also the people and communities that help you remember who you are. And I know this is one of them. This is a very beautiful, beautiful community. So my practice has given me not only the greater sense of well-being, but also a deep sense of belonging. My experience is that I'm part of a grove of aspen tree, each one unique, yet all interconnected underneath the surface. I imagine many of you know that same gift of belonging here at Unity. May you continue to nurture this for yourselves and for one another and for the world. I know that you are all making a difference by being here. So let's end with the sound of a bell. We can let these words settle. So as we hear this beautiful bell, we can just allow it to call us back to ourselves. And as Ty always said, be beautiful, be yourself. And Oscar Wilde would also say, everyone else is taken. So be beautiful, be yourself.
Thank you, Viviane. That's beautiful. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, the state of peacefulness, and all that God is everywhere, and every thought's indeed a prayer.
All right. So we're going to have a short meditation, and it will be the Gata practice that I first sat down for. So this is a guided practice, and if anything that I offer does not work for you, please do something for yourself that does. So I'll offer some words for us to follow. We'll be inviting a flower into our experience, a mountain, a lake, and a cloud. So first we'll enjoy one sound of the bell. And just starting to breathe and notice your breath. Breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. On the in-breath, saying into yourself, and on the out-breath, saying out. In, out. Breathing in, I imagine a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. On the in-breath, saying flower to yourself. On the out-breath, saying fresh. And you can even imagine a part of your body that feels fresh. A flower smiling to you and offering you freshness. Breathing in, I imagine a beautiful mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. On the in-breath, mountain. On the out-breath, solid. So you can feel the solidity of yourself sitting here, stable like a mountain, unmoving. Mountain, solid. Breathing in, I imagine a still lake, so still that you can see everything reflecting in it. Breathing out, I feel calm. On the in-breath, lake. On the out-breath, calm. Breathing in, I imagine clouds in the sky moving freely. Breathing out, I feel free. On the in-breath, clouds. On the out-breath, free. And then breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. So simply returning to your awareness of your in-breath and out-breath. this beautiful gift of breath. And then we'll end with the sound of the bell. Thank you for practicing.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
Well, yes, we just sang, may God's presence illuminate our hearts. And certainly, Viviane, your presence illuminated our hearts today in so many ways. Thank you. Thank you for being amongst us. And so I invite the ushers to come forward, and we come to the time in our service where we collect our offering. So let's bless that offering with the words on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real and what is true. And I feel there's a space deep inside of me. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am free.
So thank you, Elise. So let's sing our children in.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh yeah, this little light of mine, it shine, let it shine. Here on the corner of Vine and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. Wyatt went to sit with Mom. Yeah, he spotted Mom as soon as he walked in. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I know where I'm going. So yes, we had fun today. We were out playing in the sandbox. So we were taking turns and just doing lots of fun stuff today. It was just a summer day outside playing and sticker books and all the fun things that little ones like to do. So that was it.
And so thank you, Nancy and kids and our children's sponsors. Thank you for all that you do. Now I'd like to see Joellen. Where's Joellen? The birthday lady.
So if you have a birthday in the month of August, we'd like you to come up here so we can sing happy birthday to you. It's really a wonderful thing.
Sue is the one that's running the slides.
Oh. Your name and the month of the day.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way. My name is Sue, August 12th.
My name's Julie, August 27th.
Lisa, August 22nd, 76, and still up to tricks.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear beloveds. Happy birthday to you. Yay.
Okay. Thank you again, Vivian. And thank you, Barbara, for the readings and the musicians and the band and all of you that made today what it is. If you'd like to, you can go out and visit the new concrete basis for the labyrinth. Just be careful. Don't step on the edge. It's still curing. Okay. So let's all circle up unless you have a special request that you'd like us to pray for. And we'll pray with you as you remain seated in the sanctuary. You might notice the words on our screen. I changed one word this week because last week we had several questions as to behold the Christ is you. And we had some questions, so I left it as the divine in you. So we can go back one slide. Backwards. No, backwards. Not forward, backwards. There. That's our blessing. And so to you that remain seated in our sanctuary, we send you our special blessing right now. together. We love you. We bless you. We behold the divine as you. Amen. Now our prayer, protection, and the peace song together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over you. Wherever you are, God is, and all is well.